Have you ever wished you could invite the smartest people in the world into a room and ask them how they would solve your problem? Strategy icons, psychologists, communicators, economists, creators, people you admire but could never gather in one place. This is exactly what an AI advisory board does. It is a structured way to bring multiple expert perspectives into your decision-making. You pick the authorities you trust, and ChatGPT simulates how each one would analyze your situation, challenge your assumptions, and expand your thinking. The effect is simple. Your decisions become broader, more robust, and more informed. Why is this useful? Because each of us tends to think in one lane. When you bring in 5 or 6 expert lenses, you see not only what you already know, but what you routinely overlook. For example, you can build an advisory board of top writers and public speaking coaches to refine a protocol or presentation. You can combine leadership thinkers to stress test a dilemma. You can gather organizational psychologists to analyze a team issue, or strategists to ensure your storyline avoids bias. Normally, this would take weeks of consultations. Here, it takes minutes. Let me walk you through the 3 steps to create such a board, and then how to turn it into a reusable project. Step 1. Define the field of interest. Ask yourself, where do I want a second pair of brains? Leadership, product strategy, HR, communication, innovation, negotiation, anything. Once you define the domain, the board becomes your expert panel for that topic. Step 2. Generate the right names. Here is the most effective way to do it. Start with this prompt. Act as an expert prompt creator. Help me create a prompt that will simulate someone who is an expert researcher in field of interest. List the top people in this field, explain why they are relevant, and provide their key public sources. Give me the 5 most authoritative names in a table with name, relevance, sources. This does 2 things. First, ChatGPT becomes a meta-researcher, so your list is more robust. Second, you get a clear, transparent table of who should sit on your advisory board and why. If you already know the authorities you want, you can skip this step. But using it ensures diversity and avoids bias. Step 3. Build the advisory board. Once you have the names, use this prompt. Build me an advisory for field of interest trained on name 1, name 2, name 3. For each mentor, research public sources such as books, talks, blogs, interviews. Capture core principles and decision frameworks, go-to strategies, typical red flags, memorable rules of thumb. Output 1 profile per mentor, 20 to 50 pages each, plain TXT. Include who they are, core beliefs, how they decide, common plays, what they avoid, a checklist to apply their lens, style, distilled, not fluffy. This gives you a complete set of expert profiles. These are long, deep, and structured. They read like manuals. You now possess the brains of your board in written form. Step 4. Turn it into a reusable project. Create a new ChatGPT project and upload all those TXT files. Name the project Advisory Board for Field of Interest. From that moment on, you can simply tell the project, Advisory Board, analyze this situation. Or, Advisory Board, pressure test this leadership decision. Or, Advisory Board, evaluate this storyline and highlight blind spots. Because the project contains the mentor's profiles, ChatGPT will reason with their combined lenses. It feels like sitting in a room where each expert comments, challenges, and complements the others. This is how you widen your worldview. It is how you make smarter decisions faster. And it's how you bring world-class expertise into your daily work without waiting for a consultant or a workshop. If you want to go deeper or build your first advisory board with me, just say the field of interest and we can start.